Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. We have some breaking news. Kanye West, he is in big trouble, and I'm hearing that he has fled to Japan. Isn't that odd? They are saying that he has moved to Japan. That is what TMZ broke recently. However, it is a few ladies that are coming out and they are saying that they were at those Diddy parties and Kanye West was too. And Kanye West did the unthinkable to them too. I have two ladies. One name is Nikyee and the other one name is Lauren. Lauren is Kanye's West ex-assistant, okay, and she have documents proving that she worked with Kanye West for so many years, and he did the unthinkable to her and many other young girls in the industry. And to think this man is a father, Kanye West, they're both fathers. Diddy is a father, and Kanye West was a husband at one point. But I'm not shocked because we always heard their lyrics. They showed us who they were in their music. Kanye West is over sexualized. He have a sex demon walking with him 24/7. We see how he treats those women that's with him. He always want them to be so revealing, and they say this: the reason why is to get other men enticed in so they can do three ways. Because they're saying that Kanye West, he really prefers to be with another man as well. Okay, honey, I tell you, it's a lot of stuff we got to break down. I do have this article here that I want to share with you guys. And I also went to another YouTuber that talks more about Nikyee story, which is another young lady that has been a victim of Kanye West. And it seems like the Black Kings, all you ones that you refer to them as kings, honey, they are crumbling down. And they're so quiet and they're running away. They said Kanye West ran to Japan, honey. Japan. So maybe Kim Kardashian knew this was coming out and she had to distance herself from Kanye West. And it's interesting because wasn't Kanye West was real good friends with Trump? What happened with that? Wasn't Kanye West, wasn't he running for the president? And it seemed like a lot of these criminals that are running for the president, they just want to run to be a president so they won't have to face the criminal crimes they have done. They just want power so they can continue to abuse it. Honey, woo! Brace yourselves. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And let's play this article here. Then I want to go to this other YouTuber which talks about the other young lady. All right, just give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up now, okay? Who I tell you, if it's one thing, it's another. And I want to know, what are your thoughts with all this? Listen to this. Listen.
Kanye West's ex-assistant Lauren Pisciata has unveiled new allegations of being drugged and sexually assaulted during a studio session with West and Sean D. Combs. In a jaw-dropping twist, she accuses West of ordering a drink spiked with an unknown substance that left her feeling disoriented and vulnerable. Pisciata's amended complaint, obtained by Page 6, reveals that after sipping the tainted beverage, she lost control over her body and speech. The encounter allegedly unfolded in Santa Monica, where West and Diddy were co-hosting the session. The next morning, she woke up feeling nauseated and filled with shame, yet the full extent of the assault remained a blur until much later. In a startling revelation, she claims West admitted to having hooked up with her during the night she was allegedly assaulted, despite being married to Kim Kardashian at the time. This bombshell confession came amid accusations from his spouse that he had been involved with Pisciata. The lawsuit paints a chilling picture of betrayal, with Pisciata stating that she had no idea she had been sexually assaulted that night, believing instead she had merely embarrassed herself after being roofied. She felt disgusted and numb upon learning the truth, and knew she had to distance herself from the power rapper.
Wow, the shame that she had felt.
Adding fuel to the fire, Pisciata claims she received explicit texts from West, including disturbing messages about his sexual desires and the treatment he expected from women. She also alleged that he shared intimate photos of various.
Honey, I believe it. I believe every bit of it. You bet your dollar. Because we see how he treats all these other women that he's with, We see how he parades them around, make them dress inappropriately. What type of man will want his woman to dress naked, to dress like a whore? Any man that wants their woman to dress like a whore, something is wrong with that man. He is dealing with issues. And honey, we already know Kanye West, he has a bunch of issues that's been diagnosed medically. He's on he on pills. Yeah, he really have issues out here in this world. He even confessed and told us himself. Honey, this is sad, and it's sad that his daughters have to hear about this. It's sad that his daughters is going to have to suffer the consequences of her father. It's almost like a family curse. A lot of these kids will suffer the curse that their parents set upon them, and this is no different. And I want to know, what are your thoughts? They said that he was going around spiking her drink, and he took advantage of her. He SA'd her, you know? And it's not because he can get any woman or man, because let's just face the music, all of them like dealing with men, but it's about that power. He can have any woman that line up and they all bend over, because a lot of these women and men, they don't have self-respect, and they idolize these celebrities, and they're willing to lay on their back and bust it open for any and everybody. But for him, he don't want that. They want power. They want to be able to trick and make you drink something so they can take what they want from you. That's what they want. So besides her, we have another young lady, and everybody just can't be lying. And why did he flee to Japan? Okay, yeah, he's been a problem for a long time now, and his money and his influence and his power have allowed him to go without any punishment, to go without any correction. And where are these men's father? That is an interesting point. We know Diddy, he didn't have no daddy. R. Kelly, I don't think he had no daddy. Kanye West, I don't think he had no daddy either. These are fatherless, hurt kids. No, they ain't kids, because I cannot stand to compare innocence with grown demonic entities. They know what they're doing. All right, so let's go here. I want you guys to hear a little bit of this over here. Okay, check this out.
The next biggest star until she disappeared, and now we're learning why. It's because Diddy and Kanye attacked Nikyee in the studio, ripping off her clothes and then blacklisting her from Hollywood. This is exactly why the music industry is a scary place, so let's get into.
And this is another one. This is another young lady that is coming out, and you guys know Salone. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but honey, he is nothing to play around with. He is one of the big dogs on social media, okay? He has a huge following, okay? He is one of the big dogs, okay? He's up there with Nancy Grace and the rest of them. Because I know a lot of you guys feel, well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Why are you up here? No, because this is what's going down, the gossip mill, and this is what I do, the messy sweet spot. And I believe in these are coming from more credible sources than me. You know? You heard what Nancy Grace said. All right, so I'm going to fast forward here.
I used to be a big fan of Nikki Heaton's. I remember finding her on YouTube and watching her cover songs and then following her as she made her own music. Like her song Bad Intentions brings back so many memories.
All right, so that's Nikyee. I want to fast forward. I'm not that interested in Nikyee. I'm just interested in what Kanye West did towards Nikyee. All right, so I'm going to fast forward it. Play.
Story can be triggering because Nikyee accuses Kanye and Diddy of harming her when she was just 19 years old. Nikki Heaton is a self-taught US singer and songwriter who gained popularity on YouTube. She would go and cover like rap songs, but on a guitar, and it was super cute. I remember her cover of Sosa is where I found her.
Oh, that's beautiful, but let's just get to the Kanye West part.
be in a room with Kanye and Diddy. That's scary. Following the success of her song Bad Intentions, Nikki shared that she had been invited to Kanye's recording studio shortly after leaving home. Upon arriving, she observed that both Diddy and Kanye were completely effed up, drunk, but also probably on something else, and that they were looking at her in a way that made her feel immediately uncomfortable. When they offered her a drink, she pretended to take a sip, sensing that her act seemed to satisfy them. So they wanted to, I mean, in my opinion, allegedly drugged her in this moment. That's like the theme when it comes to Diddy. As time passed, the other women in the studio...
Wow, they are out here drugging young girls. That is demonic. And they put it all in their music, how they got sex demons. They have issues. They have problems. And it's sad because the hip hop community and the culture, they uplift it. And it's so many of these people that listen to that, they have those same issues. They have those same issues.
Including Nicki's manager, who said she would return shortly. This left Nikki alone with Diddy and Kanye and a few of their associates. Soon the atmosphere became threatening. She claimed they pressured her to take off her clothes because it was so hot in the studio. Let's react to some of this footage together.
Is the music industry as evil as people say it is? And I was like, it's more evil than...
It's evil because people like the Diddys, the Kanye Wests, and the R. Kellys. That's why it's evil. We need to get them off the board.
Possibly imagine. I was 19 years old, like I had just left home, and working with my manager, and we were in LA and doing all these crazy things. And all of a sudden, I got a call one day, and it's like, hey, like, Kanye wants you to come to the studio. And we walk in, and there's all these ladies there wearing their club gear, and Kanye and Diddy are already, like, out of their mind, just, like, completely fucked up. Drunk, but probably something else. And Diddy hands me a drink, Kanye hands Lauren a drink, and we're like, that's weird. Why are they serving us? Diddy kept looking at me, and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. Like,
probably trying to see if the bait had taken the drug.
I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do. And I, like, my manager was like across the room, but like close enough, but like not next to me, so I couldn't like whisper to her. But I wanted to tell her, I'm like, hey, don't drink this. There's something wrong with this. But I couldn't. So I reach for my phone and I start to type, and Kanye takes the phone out of my hands and he's like, who are you texting? Like, you don't need to text anyone. Like, we're having a party. And I was like, okay. And he like puts it on one of the...
That's so stressful. Imagine someone just taking your phone. I would be trying to book it.
...of the speakers. And I'm like, fuck. Now what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And I see my manager take a sip. And I'm like...
Now, when these guys tried to go after her, she said, please stop. She found herself in a terrifying situation as they forcibly tore her shirt off, leaving her almost exposed against the wall. Nikki explained the most haunting part wasn't the physical attack. It was the overwhelming feeling of helplessness when she looked to another man in the room for help. She mouthed help to only see him turn away, which heightened her fear. So imagine this, you're out grabbing a coffee, maybe running a quick errand, and then out of nowhere, bam, you're in a car accident, and now you've got medical bills adding up.
Child, what is this? Go ahead, I guess he got to get his advertisement on. I told you, he's one of the big dogs. You know, he's very credible. Very credible. Check his resume, honey. He's not going to just put on anything or talk about anything, okay? Yeah. So let's continue on here.
He tried to attack me, like, it was like 2 years ago. It was like Pride, and he was very tall, like 6'7".
Okay, I think he talking about himself. I don't want to hear about that. All right, guys. Well, let's go. Okay, she talking again.
2 sips out of this little vodka cranberry cup, and I'm like, oh, what do I do? 2 sips, and I watch her face flush, and all of a sudden Like I look over and she's speaking really loud and like making jokes, and I'm like, whoa.
Because like the drugs are hitting her.
Like this isn't her. Like she doesn't make jokes. She's fucking terrified of people. Like she doesn't even talk. And I was like, it's already hitting her. Like 100%. I just knew that the drinks were all laced with something. And she starts like almost being like belligerent a little bit, but not in like a crazy way, just like really enjoying herself. And I'm like, that's not her. That's not her. She doesn't even want to be here. Like this is weird. And all of a sudden she like dismisses the studio host. She's like, you can leave. And I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on? And the girls file out. They go to like a different studio, or they go somewhere. And I'm like, I have to do something.
This is such a weird setting. Like, I don't ever want to be in a
studio. I get my phone where Kanye put it on one of the speakers, and as I'm going to get it, I turn and my manager's walking out, and I'm like, no, like where are you going? I'm already seeing people being like, this is cap. What do I have to gain? Let me just ask you, what do I have to gain? I'm in a farm in the middle of nowhere. I'm not in the industry anymore. I'm not filing a lawsuit, so I'm not getting paid. I'm not looking for clout, because who gives a fuck about me? So why would I lie about this? Yeah, so I see her start to leave. And I'm like, where are you going?
It's so sad because she had so much potential, and these kind of instances just kicked her out of the industry. She didn't want to be in this.
She's like, it's fine, I'm just going to the bathroom. And I was like, no, stay. And she's like, it's right there. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And she walks out. And all of a sudden, I realize that I'm in this studio. The music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me, alone. Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they're like, out of their minds. And they start coming towards me, and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine. Like,
oh, that's so creepy.
And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just, like, see, like, how you look. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And, like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, you know? Like, I'm still, like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but, like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here. And they're coming towards me more, and they're trying to, like, take my clothes off. And I'm like, at that point where I'm like, this is not good. But I'm, like, still trying to, like, play it off. Just, like, stop. You guys are stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, don't touch me. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much, like, backed up against the wall. Like, there's only one exit, and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm like, you guys stop. Like, stop. And they're getting to the point where they have, like, ripped my shirt off. And
it's like the same type of guys. They're like, where's my hug? That kind of energy, but, like, way worse.
Like, I'm, like, almost fully exposed at this point. And they're both coming at me. And I'm like, you guys, like, seriously, this isn't funny anymore. And I look to my left where his executive is. Like, we know him pretty well. Like, we've been around him a lot. He's literally 3 feet away from me. Like, if I reached and he reached too, like, we could touch. Like, he's that close. And I look and I'm like, hey, like, I give that look where I'm just like, come on, like, step in. Like, this isn't cool. Like, you're a grown man. Like, you're, like, 50 years old. I know you have a family. Like, you know this isn't right. Like, do something. And this is the part that, for as long as I live, I will never forget. It isn't actually the aspect of being assaulted. That's not what haunts me. It's this. As these 2 grown men were pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off, I look over.
And that's also, I didn't know the context. The guy was in his 50s. Like, what the hell? Like, he may have a daughter, a wife. Why would you even, I can't even.
To this man.
Can I just say something? Y'all need to stop underestimating Satan and these evil entities. Who cares? These men that are SN people and RN people, they're married. They have kids and they grown. They old, okay? You got people in government doing this. You got people, high influencers doing this. You got people with a lot of money doing it. You got people with low money doing it. So I think the issue also is you guys underestimate. You guys have no spirit of discernment. You guys feel, oh, well, you're father, so you must be a good guy. Oh, you're a Christian, you must be a good guy. You work for the government, you must be a good guy. Hell no. All of them are bad guys. And just, if you, honey, just expect everybody bad and nobody's going to have your back. I mean, come on. We have seen videos time and time again. Somebody get knocked out on a train station. Do you think people going to help you? Nope. They're going to take out their recorder and start recording. Okay? Ain't nobody helping you. When something down happened in the hood and you get into a car accident and you land on the floor, do you think somebody going to call 911? Nope, because they don't like the cops. So you may be stuck there for a minute. If somebody spots you getting robbed in the hood, you think somebody about to call and help you and identify the robber? Nope. They gonna keep their mouth closed. Okay? So you are off on your own. And honey, she was just surprised. A lot of times you guys go to these parties with your friends and you think your friends got your back. Please. We saw what happened to that girl, Miss Robertson, over there in Cabo. She went on her birthday trip with a group full of friends. And honey, they all took turns putting paws on her and videotaped it. And then took her out of here and then act like they didn't know what was going on. You can't trust nobody in this world. Okay? But let's go on.
Help, and I literally mouth the word help. And we lock eyes. And he looks away. And I'm like, okay, there's still two more men in the room. And I look to his engineer next, who's sitting right next to him. And I know that he's married and he just had a little baby girl. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna do something. And I look at him next and I'm like, okay, like, do something, say something, do anything.
Well, are y'all forgetting the two guys that are doing this to her, Kanye? I don't know if they were fathers yet, because she said she was 19. This happened a long time ago. But honey,
And he looks down at his phone and starts texting. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I look at Kanye's cousin next. And I'm like, do something, like, do something. And he spins his chair around. And that's when that, like, gut-wrenching fear set in. And I was like, oh, shit. No one's fucking
It was stressing me out. You could tell she's getting very choked up, too.
saving me tonight.
Nikyee was eventually able to escape by lunging forward, causing the robbers to lose their balance, giving her a chance to reach for the door. She hid in another studio for 25 minutes before reuniting with her manager and arranging for an Uber to leave the scene.
And that's when I was truly scared. At this point, they had ripped my shirt off and they were trying to get my pants off. And I realized that I was completely alone. And
oh, girl, this is sad, honey. We are running out. I gotta let you guys know. Make sure you have liked this video, subscribe, and if you like my content and you want to support me, hit me at the Cash App. Hit my Cash App. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for hitting my Cash App. Hit my Cash App. Let me know it. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.